gone. This is so exciting. Well, hopefully he's right because we're already doing it. We have a secret formula. Hola gente! What is up, my badass angels? Willkommen, bienvenue, benvenuti, bienvenidos. Welcome to our little bubble in the internet where we play around with new hair care for the very first time on camera, and then we decide together what works and what doesn't. So in a nutshell, I purchase tons of new hair care every single week that I basically don't need and test it out so that you don't have to. If that sounds like something worth your time, please consider subscribing and of course stick around. As you can probably guess by the title of this video, today is the turn of OLAPLEX Traveling Stylist Kit, which is basically the travel size mini bottles of Olaplex number 1 and number 2. The stronger, more concentrated versions are the professional products. I have tested out every single one of Olaplex products. Olaplex number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And I'm going to be linking that entire playlist of my Olaplex journey right here in the eye at the corner. So I guess technically it's not the first time I've tried Olaplex 1 and 2, but it is the first time I'm going to be doing the standalone treatment on myself, by myself, at home. Given the current circumstances in the world and the fact that most salons have been closed right now, I thought this might interest many of you. Now that said, I have a couple of very quick disclaimers. Number 1, there is no doubt that the expertise of a professional can always give you best results. Absolutely 100% no question about that. Now that said, there are plenty of countries in the world, including where I live, where basically you don't have salons offering Olaplex treatments, where you are able to get professional products without being a licensed hairdresser. And even in my country, hairdressers and hairstylists do not require to be licensed at all. Just wanted to share that with you so that you know where I'm coming from, my context. If you live in Europe or the US or Canada, that tends to be very, very different, and I am aware of that. So the absolute best use of these is, of course, in the salon when you're getting your hair highlighted, or if you are able to highlight your hair at home, then having this kit to do it yourself, it's also super valuable because yes, Olaplex does revert some of the damage caused by bleaching and coloring and any chemical processes or heat, but the damage that has already caused severe breakage in your hair, I mean, it cannot regenerate that. My salon just doesn't work with Olaplex, and it's not very well accepted that you will bring this products in. I've had baby lights and balayage done. What's broken is broken. The hair that was left in the brush or the sink, it's just gone. So before we go straight into the application, we take a look at the before, especially the top layer. So when we open the kit, this tiny bottle of Olaplex number 1, this is 100 ml, 3.3 fluid ounces of product. This is a liquid formula, and it comes with this kind of attachment. And then we get 2 number 2s with the same amount of product, but these are creamy formulations. All right, so let's move on to the application. Like I said, I am going to follow the step by step, exactly like the Olaplex expert taught me back in the day. So I'm going to be using these continuous mist spray bottle. It's kind of awesome for so many reasons. It contains 90 ml or 3 fluid ounces of warm water, and I'm going to add 15 ml or 0.5 fluid ounces of Olaplex number 1. So I basically want to open this because it's sealed, and I'm going to attach this thing. It's gonna help us measure those 15 ml. This is supposed to be filled up. So we're basically going to be squeezing until it gets at the top. Ooh, this is so exciting. No, that was like $10 lost. Should you do it on your dry hair? Well, like I said, if you watched that video, the Olaplex expert himself did it to my hair just dry. So I'm guessing he knows what he's doing. Now that said, if you know you have like some residue of maybe a leave-in cream, some hair oil, anything that could act as a barrier between your treatment and your hair fiber, use a clarifying shampoo before you start applying. I think that would make absolute sense. Let's do it. Oh, and I forgot to mention that the Olaplex expert also told me that it was safe to apply without any gloves or anything, so it's not supposed to do anything bad to your skin. Well, hopefully he's right, because we're already doing it. I was just thinking maybe we can do a second video with me using this exact kit, but to highlight my hair at home, just enough to keep my face framed and illuminated. I kind of feel more confident to do it with this kit since I'm not a professional, and this is supposed to be some kind of insurance for your hair when it comes to bleach. So let me know in the comments below if that is something that would interest you guys. All right, so now I'm going to set the timer to 10 minutes, which is the recommended leave-in time for Olaplex No. 1, at least in the standalone treatment. So Olaplex is going to be some kind of a secret formula due to this patent for a few years, and nobody really knows for sure what is in it, and kind of everyone wants to know, everyone wants to copy them. Works on all hair types, all of them. And it also says that it is silicone free, sulfate free, phthalate free, DEA free, aldehyde free, and I guess they are cruelty free as well, because it says here that Olaplex is against animal testing. I wanted to show you guys kind of how much were those 15 mils, 7, 8. I feel that maybe you can get 10 standalone treatments from this little bottle right here. As reference, it is the exact same bottle as an Olaplex No. 3, which you may be more familiar with, or the Olaplex No. 6 Bond Smoother. So for the next step, I am going to be clipping my hair up with these Sephora Hold It Together clips. Yep, and this is going to allow me to really work in sections. Enchanté. So I know I'm going to get a lot of questions about this, but just in case you missed it, I did apply Olaplex No. 2 on top of Olaplex No. 1. So Olaplex No. 1 is not rinsed out. Now I'm going to set the timer to 30 minutes, which is the leave-in time for Olaplex No. 2. Kind of made me cough there for a bit. It smells very chemical. It's not like a nice, beautiful fragrance or anything like that. And just as reference, I personally think it is more bearable than when you're having your hair bleached, where you have like a much stronger smell. Time to rinse this off. First, I'm going to rinse this off with water, and then I'm going to shampoo using Olaplex No. 4 Bond Maintenance Shampoo, followed by Olaplex No. 5 Bond Maintenance Conditioner. I am pretty sure that in future applications, I am going to probably replace the Olaplex No. 5 conditioner with some deep conditioned hair masks, but I really wanted to make this video Olaplex only, if that makes sense, so that the results of the hair mask and the Olaplex treatment did not kind of get mixed up, and that we could really differentiate things. And yes, you are supposed to shampoo Olaplex 1 and 2 off your hair, and yes, you are supposed to condition afterwards, because Olaplex 1 and 2 and Olaplex No. 3 as well, they are not conditioners. They're not going to do anything to hydrate your hair. They're not supposed to do anything cosmetic to your hair, so they're not strictly working on the appearance, kind of the cosmetic aspect of your hair. That is more the zone where all your hair masks and deep conditioning treatments live. It works more on the inside. Now that said, I am expecting, as a consequence of much healthier hair, that its appearance is also going to improve. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. I can't wait to see the results. All right, so I'm back. That was actually super easy. None of these products have a very rich, kind of oily formulation, which would typically make things a little bit harder to rinse, and yeah, that's definitely not the case. And in spite of not having that, they did quite an okay job. I mean, I do have some tangles, but it's not too bad considering it is a conditioner and not a deep conditioning hair mask. Like I said, if this was not a travel kit demo, I would probably just go ahead and use some of my favorite hair masks just to really give my hair a full makeover. And if you guys are interested, I may do that in an upcoming video. Wow, can you guys see the top layer? Just, it doesn't look fragile anymore. Just when I thought that Olaplex could no longer surprise me, possibly because I just had one standalone treatment like 2 years ago, I had completely underestimated the power of actually having these two combined. Because number two, I have been using. If I had to summarize what has wowed me about this standalone treatment that I just was able to do at home by myself, is that it has provided me added strength. Do you guys see my brush? Like it barely has 2 or 3 hairs on it, so clearly it has protected me from, you know, breakage due to brushing. Manageability definitely made the blow dry process a lot easier, and thickness, top layer that usually breaks the most, transformed the most. Also, maybe because it was the area that actually needed the treatment the most, I don't know. Even though it does provide some frizz control, it's not enough. Biggest strength is not to tame the mane, for sure. Now that said, if I knew that I wanted to get this standalone treatment done at home and then just leave with my hair wet and just let it be and air dry the rest of the day, I would definitely 100% try it with these Shea Moisture Intensive Hydration Hair Mask. These provides tons of strength, and this is going to give me tons of hydration and frizz control. I have this, call me crazy, but I feel like I've taken my hair's health more in control than ever before, because I am going to finally be able to use Olaplex after so many years of loving it when I highlight my hair, so that it will allow this top layer to finally grow. I'm so happy I did not waste my money. I was so convinced that I was gonna say, just go with the number 2. And that is a wrap, my badass angels. I hope this video helped you in some way to make the right purchase decision for you, or at least that it entertained you and that you enjoyed hanging out with me here today. Thank you so much for putting up with me as always. Every single product used throughout this video is going to be linked in the description box below. Thank you so much for your support if you decide to use my links on this or any of my other videos. And remember, no matter what comes your way, stay brave. You are a badass with the heart of an angel. And I will catch up with you guys again on my next one. Ciao. Do you wanna follow? Baby, do you wanna follow? Click here.